The markets have had a volatile year, and with it, of course, tech stocks have as well. Pandemic favorites like Peloton and Zoom stumbling to make way for reopening stocks. Joining me now, Mahoney Asset Group's Ken Mahoney. Ken, great to see you. We've seen these stocks fluctuate over the past year before falling, and I'm just wondering if you think this suggests that investors are done with the lockdowns and done with those stocks.
Listen, I hope we're done with the lockdowns, let's put it that way. And then maybe done with those stocks. Look, right now it's very intense selling at the end, the kind of tax loss selling that you would see when these stocks are trading near 52-week lows. They may get a little bounce next week, which starts the new year. But listen, there's a lot of overhead resistance. A lot of people got really crushed in these, stocks. These are like the Air KK, the Kathy Wood type of names. All get hit very hard, a lot of overhead resistance. And quite frankly, if some of these companies actually beat estimates, raise guidance, I may take a look at that, but until that happens, to me, they need to prove themselves.
Yeah, but we're still going through this rough period, right, where we have variants and we don't know exactly what's going to happen. And I have this conversation with so many people where they say, look, some people are going to work at home indefinitely. Do you think there's any chance we make some comeback in these names in 2022?
They could, but look, there's a big opportunity cost of waiting for these turnarounds. I mean, it's like bottom fishing 101, and then instead of being the leaders like Apple, Microsoft, AMD, and NVIDIA, Donner, Blitzen, all those type of leaders, you're missing a lot by waiting for these big turnarounds. So again, I wouldn't advise for that. Yeah, maybe for a quick trade because of tax loss selling, but I'd rather be with the leaders, and we know what the leaders are. We know where to find them, and the opportunity cost is getting more and more severe. Some of those stocks are off 70% from their highs.
Yeah, fair point. Okay, fair point there. Charles has previously warned investors about putting money into celebrity-endorsed SPACs, and now investors have been buying into startups at record rates, despite some of the worries of these high valuations. I'm wondering what you think investors need to watch out for before they commit to those investments.
Well, Charles is a very wise man, right? So
he is indeed.
He's right. He knows the risk, right? Well, he knows the risk reward doesn't make sense with these SPACs. So again, you go into a SPAC hoping to back in a company, right? And so then you back in a company, great, okay. Then the stock goes up 50 or 100%. Then you jump on top of that. There's no rhyme or reason. Look, I'm a traditionalist. I like the IPO market, the way they do the due diligence, the roadshow, and investors participate in those IPOs. I feel a lot better than these SPACs because, again, we don't know what gets into them. If something does back into it and you're not in it and you jump on top of it, again, the risk-reward levels just don't make sense for those type of investments.
All right, Santa Claus rally off to a strong start here, so it seems. Omicron fears are easing a little bit. What do you expect to see the trends look like in 2022?
So look, I think it's already telling us, peek into the future, is that rates are going to start normalizing. And then with that, though, that means instead of multiples keep expanding like they've been expanding, maybe the contractors stay the same. So, we're going to have 3 Fed rate hikes. There's also a chance for Fed Powell to make some policy mistakes. I mean, he's whiffed a couple times. Transitory is a whiff. Fourth quarter of 2018, talking about raising rates, and 6 weeks later having an emergency cut of rates. So there's a lot of things that can go wrong. Look, I think this year we look back on it while the headlines are swirling. The biggest drawdown this year is 5%. This reminds me of 2017, same type of year. I imagine going forward we could maybe see single-digit returns, but you're probably going to have that 10, 15% correction, not a 4 or 5% drawdown. That doesn't happen that often.
Ken Mahoney, we are out of time, but we will talk to you again in 2022. Always great to see you.
Great. Happy holidays. Happy New Year.
Thank you so much.